What is happening, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live. Break down this upcoming 5-gamer for NBA Summer League. Before we begin, hit the like button for me. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's been a ton, as y'all know. So this is going to be a quick breakdown. Like I said, it's a 5-gamer. I'm about to head out to work, so I want to go ahead and break this down early so we can get this laid out there. So starting off top of Cleveland and Orlando. So Orlando, as we know, is kind of like the Pistons. They're basically the top team in the Summer League. So what we're looking at is Jalen Suggs, Anthony, and Wagner up top. In my opinion, it's going to be hard to fit in Anthony and Suggs in the same lineup. So what I'm kind of looking at is I want RJ Hampton at 7-1. He's still way too cheap. I don't mind looking at Tetsky here at 4-7 as a cheap option. But again, it's going to be tough getting to all of these Magic guys in the same lineup. On the Cleveland side, we need to watch and see what happens with Mobley and Okoro. They already said they're going to limit both of those guys in the Summer League. So we just need to wait and see what the starting lineup is going to be, because if both those guys are seeing limited minutes, then I'm kind of worrisome about this team. So if we're going to look at Broderick Thomas at 5'9", still, I don't mind that. Stevens at 5'2", I still like that. But again, we just kind of need to wait and see what happens with the starting line. OKC at New Orleans. So I haven't broke down New Orleans really because they've been on the early slates, but we're looking at them. Kira Lewis is basically the main guy on this team at 7'6". I don't mind him whatsoever. He's going to be, like I said, the top option for this team. And then we're dropping all the way down to basically just guys who are just not seeing the good usage rate. So, in my opinion, I really just want Kyrie Lewis and Najee Marshall. Those two guys are basically heating it up and doing everything for this Pelicans team. If you want to look at Wright at 4'3", maybe. But again, this team is kind of running through two people and two people only. On the OKC side, though, I love 3 Allen at 7'2". He's still way too cheap. If you want to look at the other man, brother, Trey Man, I like him still. He's getting a good usage rate in minutes. Charlie Brown at 5'5". So I think this is going to be a back-and-forth game. But I want the top options, like I said, with Theo and Kira Lewis. Toronto at Golden State. So I love this Golden State team. Kamanga at 8'9". He's going to be doing it all for this team. Moody, I still like at 6'8". I think that's a way too cheap a price tag for him. If you look at Kyle Guy, he's finally finding his form on this team. I love that about him. I like a lot of this Golden State team. I love Gary Payton at 4'7". He's still way too cheap also. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for that side of the ball. Toronto, Scotty Barnes, I like him at 7'5". But again, I like Malachi Flynn at 5'6". He's kind of one of all the options I like on this team. There's not much I want on this Toronto team, though. Utah at Dallas. So if you look at this Dallas team, I love Terry. He's still way too cheap. I don't mind looking at a guy like Franks at 4'8", Owens at 4'6", but again, a lot of his rate's going to go all around for this team. On the Utah side, this team is basically going through a few players. It's only going to go through Morgan, Forrest, and Mooney. That's all I'm looking at. Maybe some Brantley at 4'9", but I love this price tag, though, at 4'9". He's way too cheap. And New York at LA, Quigley, Toppin, obviously Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox is still, he hasn't participated in the Summer League, which I know people are still going to play him at 6'4", so let people play him. I love Wade Selden, though, at 5'7". There's a lot of this New York team I definitely do want a piece of. McBride at 5,000. I love that about him. Gordon Rhymes at 4'6". A lot of this New York team is where I'm going to be looking at for my main site rostering. And on the LA side, it's basically the Kakak show and the Jai show. That's all I want out of this team. Maybe some McGlung at 5'1" if he can get the shot going. But that kind of wraps up the slate for us, guys. Again, thank you for tuning in. And I hope everybody's a good and safe rest of their day. Have a good one, everybody.